Oh, don't we, that Harry and Meghan like one thing in particular, and that is getting litigious with people, particularly if their story doesn't necessarily suit the narrative. When you think about it, Harry and Meghan have undertaken quite a lot of legal cases over the last few years, and Harry detailed in his book, didn't he, all about how he felt that he had to do this, and he wanted, in fact, the other senior members of the British monarchy to follow suit to protect not just him, but themselves moving forward. But often with people like Harry and Meghan, it's a one-sided story, They often say things but don't necessarily follow through. Now, the bottom line with this particular story is this. Take a look at the front cover of this particular magazine. That's right. Now, as you can see, it headline screams, doesn't it, that Meghan was a difficult boss, they were hard to work for, revolving staff door, all the negatives that one would expect from a tabloid front cover magazine. And what's also interesting here is these are the magazines, and this one is from the United States of America. These are the tabloids that Meghan Markle said didn't exist. She wasn't aware of them. They don't have that culture over there in America. Forgetting, of course, that that's gone on for years with movie mags like Confidential, and more recently, of course, National Enquirer, Globe, all of those sort of things. But as ever, there's a difference between getting legal over here in the United Kingdom and not getting too legal over in the United States. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. By the way, if you've got one of these, that's right, an original poster of Dr. No starring the gorgeous Sean Connery from way back in 1962. A recent auction, in fact, priced them at £20,000. If you've got anything signed by the stars of the original Star Wars, you're looking at that sort of money too. I often say here on the show, don't you? Just have a look around. You never know what you've got. My Mr. Motivator tape might come in handy at some point. He was a keep fit guy, by the way, from the 90s. Don't think it's going to be worth too much, though, do you? But if you look around the charity shops, that's where about the gold mines are. If you can find that one thing that someone's given away, a signed book, who knows? You could be sitting on a gold mine. Back as ever, though, to your breaking roll story of the day. As I say, fascinating with Harry and Meghan because they've become very litigious over here in the United Kingdom, particularly with the national newspapers like the Mail, the Sun, and the Mirror, etc. But these far worse over in America, they claim that they have a better time with the media over there. Not really, when you consider Meghan Markle's recent interview with The Cut magazine. That wasn't particularly kind to her, but then she sort of fell out with the writer, didn't she? Very publicly, not necessarily being too trusting. All of that. But as one source pointed out to me, and this was fascinating, we put a call into this magazine and others in the United States of America to find out exactly if they had any litigious background with the former royals known as Harry and Meghan. None whatsoever. Now, this could simply be because they haven't seen it or they're not aware of it. I find that very much hard to believe, given the vast team that they have scouring the social media landscape every single day. But according to a very good source, the real reason why Meghan and Harry do not want to get litigious over in the United States is simply this. They feel that this is their newfound land, their new home. This is where their businesses and their wealth is going to be created. And they don't necessarily want to get such a negative with the media that they may need in the future, including tabloid magazines like this. Over here, as we found out from Prince Harry on those recent interviews with Tom Bradbury and, of course, Stephen Colbert, it's the nasty British media that they seemingly don't require anymore. And this has been validated even more by the success of Prince Harry's book. As he pointed out to a close source, you see, you don't need the media to sell a book. Forgetting, of course, that the media dissected it and gave him acres of free coverage every single day over here in the United Kingdom. But the bottom line is, if you're a publisher over in America, Australia, Canada, or New Zealand, and you want to put out tabloid sort of scandals like this, fear not, Harry and Meghan won't sue you simply because they need you. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.